start with Josh Finch and Precision Plumbing. I'm here for Lydia Brown at 3216 Thrush Drive. I'm making a full DVD of her sewer from her cleanout stack located in front of her hot water heater all the way to the city main 92 feet away on the other side of the street. Right now you can see the city main right now and it's flowing just fine. So we're going to go ahead and do a full inspection of Lydia's line. This is where she ties into the city main right there, okay? Let's go ahead and back up again. This is 92 feet. It's going to be a long video. I can tell you that all of her clay looked pretty darn decent, meaning all the pipe outside of the home. No complaints, no really bellies, no low spots, no major root intrusions. Coming in from the clay to the cast iron that is going to be going through the footing of the home, all across the basement. It's a lot rougher than what you see now. The city's line, in my opinion, has passed with flying colors today, so that's good. I'm not trying to scare anybody whenever I say that it's not that good underneath the foundation of the home. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, it's about a 5.5, 6, okay? And whenever I rate that, I basically saying you have about 5 to 8 years before the sewer starts falling apart underneath this house. It's creating, what it does, it creates little gullies and little flat spots where you're, instead of utilizing the whole pipe, you're barely getting through there, okay? Looks like at one point someone did a section repair. You can see you have some PVC out there. Can't believe they didn't put a clean out in for me, but cry later. Coming back, that's the drop. The sewer's pretty deep out there in the front yard, and that's why you have that big 90 drop right there. Still coming back towards the home. Oh, this is all very nice pipe. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. You're going to see when we transition going into the house, because we're actually going to go from this clay that you see right there. You know, and it's bad, and this is not just Lydia's house, it's almost every house in this neighborhood. It's just that time where all this cast iron is going to start falling apart and giving people problems, okay? Given that Lydia lives here by herself, the sewer sees minimal water, and the magnitude of this house, it's very important that it sees a lot of water. I've talked to Lydia about some safe practices to help her get by as the sewer is going through this phase of its life. Let's go ahead and start this, okay? I want to be very thorough in this point. I want to explain everything and make you understand what's going on. Clearly, we are now going through the footing of the home, so you've seen on live video that the connection to the city main and everything out in this front yard is phenomenal, okay? Backing up, and here's the difference between clay, PVC, and cast iron. If you see to the left right here, there's a little channel, if you would, on the bottom left corner to where that sewer has to flow through there. Instead of it being a perfect cylinder, it is literally very jagged in here, okay? And you see it causes things to get caught up and stuck. It's almost like instead of you even having a rounded cylinder of a pipe, you have a half of a flat and then a half cylinder, which just makes it really hard for sewer to travel. You see the bottom of this sewer is just completely worn out. There's all the connections where things are tying in. But the bottom trough, you know, and you'll be able to get by with this for a while. You've seen it backed up on you recently. It's just very important. Again, you will have to replace all this pipe in 5 to 8 years. I mean, there's going to be no ands, ifs, or buts about it. It's done. But as far as you getting by, as long as you're flushing plenty of water, we can avoid busting this up. If we do have to bust all this up and replace it because your problems just do not go away and it keeps on backing up, we will then obviously want to replace it sooner than later to prevent that from happening. You can see right there, you have minimal flow through that channel. But now imagine feces and a big wad of tissue trying to get through there. It's just not that practical. And again, you can see the channel wearing itself through the center of the bottom of the pipe like that. You can see the cast iron starting to knot up, get all crummy inside of there. So, no, there's no major collapse. Yes, there is minimal flow to this sewer, but you betcha there is a channel groove right in the center of this pipe that is preventing wads of tissue and feces to get through there without tons of water behind it. You almost need to do a double flush on your toilet whenever you use it, because you have to carry the tissue and the feces 92 feet to get to the city main. Very, very important. So, I mean, you either can dig up all this basement and be done with your problem, or you can use more water than normal. Coming through here, we only have 13 more feet, okay? Overall, on a scale of 1 to 10, like I said, this is like a 5.5. It's actually not as bad as most cast iron in this neighborhood in general. But for me to tell you things are going to be okay for a long period of time, I cannot do that because you are getting close to the end. There's our floor drain connection right there. You can see it's just jagged. And this is the toilet stack. So, I mean, all your tissue and feces, everything that we just witnessed is the exact same path that it's got to travel to get to the city main. Probably need to replace it sooner than later. Again, if the problem keeps coming back, then we have to. And if you flush plenty of water, you probably won't see me again for this. Just know the time is coming. If we do have to do this, I can tell you right now, it's going to be $28.50 for the first 5 feet, and it's going to be $175 a foot after that. Roughly your total in-house, you're looking at about 30 feet inside of this house, plus your new cleanouts and stacks. So that's how we will configure our quote for you. So let's try and make it as long as we can. That way you don't have to see me again to bust all this out, but it is getting close to time, okay? If you guys have any questions about the video that I made today, feel free to reach out. It's me, haha. Again, this is going to be Josh Finch with Precision Plumbing for Lydia Brown. This is going to be 3216 Thrush Drive, St. Charles, Missouri. Today's date is November 16th, 2021. Thank you again and have a good day.